Hey, good evening, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me tonight for the live trade with Paul. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping you become financially independent, by teaching you how to trade with our super accurate trading tools and our best in the business one-on-one training. Today is Monday evening, August 2nd. On this trade, I use a couple different of our signals. One is called the 10-point signal. Another is something called the thick orange line trade. Both are a little bit different than what we show you in the trial. We've got kind of a simplified version of the 10-point trade in the trial. The goal here is for you to see that the tools work and to see what you're in store for if you continue on with training. We will find a signal, one of the signals that resonates with you, and come up with a trade plan that allows you to execute on that. So with that, let us get going. Before we start, we need to listen to this guy. Somehow this guy sounds a little better in the afternoon.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right, so let us get into it. Not many people out there do live trades. They don't do live trades because they're afraid of being wrong. Our tools are very accurate. I'm willing to stand up and show you every day. I show you, I give you a live trade. Some of them you don't see me how I come up with them, but on this case you will. As a light, you get access to basically 5 live trades. The one with me tonight, tomorrow morning at 6:30, another one tomorrow morning at 9:30, again Thursday at 6:30, and Thursday at 10 p.m. In the evening. This coming Thursday, for those of you who are here, I will not be doing a live trade. I will be traveling. I'm going out to Utah for some meetings. So no Thursday morning trade, just a Tuesday morning this week. When you get to be a member, the number of trades quadruples. We do morning trades, 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, evening trades Monday through Thursday at 10 p.m., Sunday night trade, extra instruction on Saturday, extra instruction on Wednesday night, in addition to your one-on-one or group trading. So lots of opportunities until you're consistently doing 10 pips a day. You should be attending as many of these as you can. And again, copying the trades. These guys are good traders. You will be ahead net pips if you do. I follow a trade plan. I check and make sure everything is live and connected. I've done that before we've come on, and you need to do that if you've had the web-based screen charts up and you haven't looked at them in a little bit. You should refresh them whenever you start. As this is a new week, we're not going to bother reviewing last week. But the point of reviewing is so that you can improve. We want to figure out what we did wrong If we're misreading the chart, we're having a problem figuring out what the good trade is, take a screenshot right after you take the trade, and then show it to whoever you're working with, and they'll be able to give you some insight as to why it may not have gone the way it predicted. And that's how you get better, by going back and figuring out what I do wrong here. As we are technical traders, the indicators or the tools are very good at picking up price action movement. But they are not good at being able to interpret what the news is and how the news impacts it. So we kind of manually interject here, and we will take a look at what the news feed is by going to forexfactory.com and then going through the news feed. And this is primarily related. Well, this is all related to currency pairs, and it breaks it down into three topics. One is yellow, which is low impact. One is orange, which is medium impact, and one is red, which is high impact. And right now we are right here where the little green dot is at 7:30. We got low impact until tonight at 12:30 Eastern time. Their Federal Reserve is going to make a statement which is considered a high impact. Now, one of the trades we will be looking at tonight, the indicators work better when there's higher volume. So I'm not going to be looking at the U.S. or the Euro pairs because it's nighttime now in the U.S. and it's really late in Europe. So we want to the indicators work a little bit better when there is kind of an active market. So that means Australia and Japan and New Zealand. So we're at 6:30. We got about 6 hours till this comes. So I will make that decision as we're evaluating whether I think the trade will close before, within the next 4 hours. And then nothing again till tomorrow night. So we've got relatively clear trading. So I am going to go to what I call the composite chart. This composite chart has 6 pairs, and actually we're not going to start with this one. I've got 4 different sets of these. This first chart has all U.S. pairs on it. So I want to, as we're going to look for Australian and Japanese pairs, I'm just going to go to the next chart. Again, I'm going to update it. When you see these little chevrons, that means the chart isn't current, even though I just updated it beforehand. I'm getting a little gun shy. I like to refresh the screen every time just to make sure we've got the most current chart. All right, so when I start, so I'm going to look for Australian or Japanese pairs. So we're going to skip this first one, euro pound. We'll jump right over the Australian yen. On the 10-point trade, I am going to start with the middle part of the chart, the majors and minors. I am looking for situations where we are overbought, where the lines are above the blue line, or oversold, the lines are below the red line. And when the market's overbought, that is a sell opportunity. However, we want to try to get the timing as precise as we can in terms of when to take the sell. So when I am looking at we're overbought, I want all 4 of these lines, the red and green are the majors, the black and gray are the minors. I want them all pointed down. I don't have that here. So let's keep going. We're going to skip Euro CAD. Australian New Zealand is good. We are oversold. Majors are coming up. Minors are coming down. We got a little conflict here. I want everybody going up. Why do I want when there's situations where there is differences between the majors and minors, I'm going to pay attention to what the majors are telling me. However, to have that high accuracy rate, I want everybody going in the same direction. I can wait if the trade isn't there. I don't have to always be in a trade. you can see if you do 2 or 3 good trades a day, you're going to do fine. Today I had three trades and did $1,200. And 2 of them were stop losses where the trade had become profitable. I moved up my stop loss, and then it pulled back and closed out. So you don't need many trades to make money at doing this. You just need a few good trades. So we're going to pass on this guy. Pound yen. Majors are overbought and going up, so nothing there. Euro Australian dollar. So here, one of the pairs are it's going to be morning. One of them is going to be evening. I'm okay with that, as long as one of the pairs are kind of in the active time. The majors and minors were oversold. They're going up and they're entering the channel. I like this. So everybody is pointing up, and I've got what's called the double cross, where the red is crossed over the green and the gray is crossed over the black. So that counts as 3 points. 1 that we're oversold, 2 that everybody's pointing up, and 3 I've got the double cross. When I have all 3 points here, then I'm going to jump up to the TNTs and count how many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here. I've got the thick orange line going up and the thin orange line going down. So I've only got 1. So now I'm going to look to the blue lines, and ideally both lines will be consistent. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going down, that means up. So I've got 1 going up, which means down, and 1 going down, that means up. So I may have 2 lines telling me up. I need a minimum of 3 lines here for this to be a good signal. And again, it's about having that high accuracy rate. To get the high accuracy rate, I want as many of the tools that are measuring for me to tell me the same thing. And when they all do tell me the same thing, that's a high percentage trade. So I don't have that here, so I'm going to pass. So let's go on to the next pair. We'll give it a quick refresh. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought going up, so there's nothing there. Euro, New Zealand dollar. We've got the minors going up, but the majors, we got the majors going up, but I don't have the double cross on the minors. So I'm not going to get all 3 points. I'm going to pass. Pound New Zealand dollar. Oversold. Everybody's going up. And I got the double cross. So 3 points here. And I've got nice steepness on the green line here. I like the steepness here. And everybody's clustered together. So I like that too. Looking at the TNTs to get confirmation of what I'm seeing down with the majors and minors. 2 orange lines going up. Thick blue coming down. So that's 3 of the 4 that's telling me buy. So I've passed phase 2 of the test. Phase 1 is all of these guys pointing up 3 points. Phase 2 is getting 3 out of the 4 on the TNTs. And then the third part is the pressure. And I want either the lines going up pressure, or I want the green line on top. I have neither. I've got down pressure with red on top. Now the slope is still down on the green line. The lines are converging. They're getting closer together, the red and the green line. So soon the green line will cross over, but that'll be the time to take the trade. Not quite ready yet. You see, we got kind of a big bounce here when the slope of this green line changed. We got a big up candle, but again, not ready. So let's keep going. New Zealand yen overbought and starting to turn, but hasn't turned yet. Golds, we're going to skip. and Bitcoin we're going to skip. So let's go to the next group. And we'll do a quick refresh, just do the pants and suspenders thing. Oh, come on. Australian Canadian dollar. Oversold. Everybody's going up. And again, nice steepness. The lines are all clustered. So I like this. The jumping up to the TNTs, 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. So I've got 3 out of the 4. And I've got mild up pressure here. Mild up pressure with the red on top. So I've got 7 points. 3 here, 3 here, and 1 here. So with 7 points, now I'm going to go to a kind of a more detailed evaluation. I want to know, I want to look at some of the other time frames for the Australian Canadian dollar to see if I get agreement on this signal. So here's what I call a full chart, where I've got a minute chart, a 30-minute chart, a 1 hour chart, a 2 hour chart, a 4 hour chart, and a day chart, all on a single pair. So we will change this pair to the AUD Canadian and see what else it's showing us. Ideally, I am looking to see that the majors and minors on the 2 hour and the 4 hour are oversold, like what I am seeing on the 1 hour chart. They don't necessarily have to be turned up like this, but I want them to be oversold. You can argue that even though on the 2 hour chart, even though it's not oversold and it's starting to turn, that is okay. But on the 4 hour chart, we are overbought. And I prefer not to take a trade. I prefer to have confirmation. If everybody across the board is oversold, that increases my chances, because this guy, the 4 hour is going to come up eventually, and the 2 hour is going to come up, even though not everybody might be pointing it up in the majors and minors. So I don't like this. I don't like it enough to take it. Now, this little, the way the majors look on the 4 hour chart here, it looks like a kind of a duck head, where here's the bill and here's his head, and you could stick a little eye in there. This usually means there's going to be more of a push up, but I'm not going to use my money on this. I want to see everybody oversold. When everybody's oversold, I'm confident. On the 2 and the 4 hour, I'm confident that the trade's there. So I don't like it enough. So let's keep going and see what else we've got. Swiss franc yen overbought going up. Euro yen overbought going up. It's almost identical to the Swiss franc yen. Pound Australian dollar. Didn't we look at this before? Everybody's going up. So 3 points here. I'll take it. I prefer the green line be a little steeper, but we'll take as is. The 2 orange lines are going up, as are the 2 blue lines. So I may have 2 of the 4 here. 2 of the 4. Again, I want 3 out of the 4, so we'll pass. New Zealand, Swiss franc overbought going up. So I don't know. We looked at I don't know, maybe 12 pairs on the using the 10-point trade. I didn't see anything I liked enough to take. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of change it up, and I am going to use a different signal, something called the thick orange line signal, which is a quick little scalp trade. And the thick orange line signal, let's go back, and again, I'm going to use it on the pairs that where there's activity going on. So either the Australian dollar, yen, New Zealand dollar, where it's morning time or it's approaching morning time where they're at. I am looking at what this thick orange line number here is, which is captured in this orange number up here. That number is going to be, it's a scaled number, and it goes from 0 when the number is as low as it can go to 10 when the number is as high as it can go. So when it is at 10, it is telling me that we don't believe there's any more up in the movement. And if there's no more up in the movement, that's a good sell, the time to sell. Likewise, when it's 0, that's telling us that it believes that the down movement is maxed out. There's no more down left in the movement. So if there's no more down left in the movement, that's a good time to buy. So so we're looking for a situation where this is 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either. So 0 to 1 or 9 to 10. So 8 isn't 10. Euro, we don't care about this one. 4 isn't 10. 6 isn't 10. 2.5 isn't 1 or 10. So let's go to the next one. Canadian dollar, yen, 9.2. That is within, that's between 9 and 10. So this is good. When I see this, then I want something that confirms it. I don't want to just trade on one signal alone. The more of these that I can incorporate, because each one's measuring something a little bit different that tells me the same thing, the higher the chance of the trade winning. So if I see 10 here, I am going to look to my majors and minors, and I want to see all 4 lines well above the blue. So if this is telling me basically that the market's topped out, I want this to tell me that the market's topped out. And I've got all 4 lines well above. So when I have condition 1 and condition 2, that's a good trade. Now normally, or not normally, but some traders actually like to wait. We want to take this trade when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour. So we're going to wait another couple minutes, and we will come back and take this. Just going to write it down so I remember. CAD, Japanese yen, sell for 5 pips. This trade, I don't have to do a calculation. This is like, you can think of it as like pulling a rubber band. And at the top of the hour, when the candle changes, there's a little snap. We're trying to get that little snap at the top of the hour. So it's good for 5 pips. This trade is been tested significantly. It's accurate about 90% of the time. So if you win 9 out of 10 trades for 5 pips, you're ahead 45 pips. And if you lose 1, we're going to put a stop loss of 4 times to take profit. So it'll be 20 pips. And you lose 1 for 20, you're ahead 45. You lose 1 for 20, you're net ahead 25. So that's the goal, is to be net ahead at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month. You can do that, you will make lots of money. So let's just see what else we have while we're waiting. 2.7, no. 2.5, no. 8.2, no. Let's go to the last group. 3, no. 3 no, 5 no, 2.5 no, 10 yes. And I have I got 3 of the 4 lines above. I don't like this one as much as the other one. And the reason being is I'd like to see the red line up higher. Just my experience is this needs to be pushed up a little bit. And we've got the same thing over here, Canadian Swiss franc. We've got 10, but the 4 lines are they're not pushed up high enough. In fact, the minor line is just isn't crossing here on the Canadian Swiss franc. Actually, the Canadian Swiss franc, we're not going to trade that because it's evening in both. But the New Zealand Swiss franc, we're just touching. So we're going to go back to New Zealand yen, or what was it? New Zealand yen? What was it? Canadian. Where'd he go? Canadian yen. There it is. 9.2. All the lines are up. See how much further up this red line is? So let's go ahead and take a 5 pip sell on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen. So I'm going to pull up my MetaTrader 4. Canadian dollar Japanese yen. I'm going to see if I've got it open here. Canadian dollar. I don't. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart. And I am going to look for Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, not in that group, not in this group. Going to keep going. And now we'll look in this group. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, right here. So I open up the chart. I am going to click New Order, which is on the second row here. My lot size, I've got $11,000 in this demo account. So I am going to move the decimal place over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take a lot size of 1.1. I'm not going to worry about my stop loss and take profit yet. And I am just going to click Market Sell. Market Sell. Sell by market. It records it, puts it in here. And then I am going to right click anywhere along the order line, go to modify, and I am going to put in my 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. And if I click the little blue button here, it does the math for me. And we're going to use 4 times that, or 200 points, which is 20 pips. Click the little red button, it does the math. And the only other thing I want to do is I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So if I got in at 87.45, I want to go to 87.405. I'm just going to modify this so I get the full 5 pips. And the spread on this pair is a little large, but we're going to go ahead and take it anyways. All right, so the take profit on this, it's a sell on the Canadian Japanese yen. Take profit is 87.405. Take profit again is 87.405. Stop loss is 87.663. 87.663. And let's go back and just take a look at the chart and see some traders, when the chart changes, they want to see, they will wait, even if they see this, they will wait and want to confirm that this number changes by 1 point. So it's at 9.2. We want it to go to 8.2 or less. We got 26 seconds left in the top of the hour. So let us see what happens. I have had enough success with it when the lines are way up here to be good with it. I suppose if we wanted to, we could go to one of those other ones and see if we get that pullback where the lines are just, they're sitting on the line. but I don't have time to do that today. I've got someplace else I got to go when we're done here. And bingo, we got it. Went to 7.3. So we should be good on this trade. Again, we took a 5-point scalp on the CAD JPY for using the thick orange line trade. We will reconvene in less than 12 hours tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m., bright and shiny, and we will do it again. Thanks so much. Hope to see you tomorrow morning. Let's see if we got any quick questions. Yeah, the spread, I saw the spread was quite large, but the point here is just to show you how to trade. We'll still make a couple pips, 3 pips on it, but I agree. I saw that was like a 2-pip spread. And why is the APR lowest on the 2.5 minute and higher on the 30 and 60? Hank, I got to run. I've got an appointment to be at. Call me direct, and I'll give you the answer to that. Or tune in tomorrow, and we'll have some more time in the morning. But I do have someplace else I need to be now. All right, gang. Thanks so much for being here, and we will see you when we see you again. All right. Ciao.